Hey guys, Woodenrailwayonly here, and welcome to my brand new Thomas Wooden Railway layout. This is the layout that will be seen in Season 2 of Tales from the Rails, so please enjoy. So let's get started at Tin the Sheds here, and I decided to do something different this time. Here at Tin the Sheds we have Neville, Arthur, Hank, Fergus, and Dennis. Here's Emily, Stepney, and Murdoch. Over here, if you just keep going along this path, is Billy pulling the goods train, which goes to a siding where Rocky lies. If you keep going, there is a switch where Belle and Thomas are. And if you go Thomas's way, the Thomas way, you will come up around up to the Mountain Supply Run playset. Here's Whiff pulling goods garbage train. And here's Scruff pulling Scruffy. It will come down around this bend into Netfart Station. Meanwhile, Belle's line goes through up over the Bay Bridge and through to Netfart Station. So here at Netfart Station, here's Gordon and Hero. Now, if we continue on Belle's line, Gordon's line will just go through to a T-switch. Meanwhile, Thomas's line from the Mountain Supply Run set goes around this corner where D199 is. Keep going around to the battery part charging station to where Edward is pulling a goods train. You'll keep going to a switch which leads to a siding, the Steamworks siding I like to call it, which then you'll come into the Steamworks where Victor and Kevin are. And just in the Steamworks is a little loop for Victor. But if you just, and then there's a switch outside the Steamworks. If you go this way, there's another switch to a siding that was crucial for an episode that's coming up in Season 2, where Boca lies, and here's Derek. And I'll come up to the, pretty sure it's the Around the Rails, or the Hero of the Rails set, play set with the Spiral Mountain, as I like to call it. And here's Ferdinand on top. Now go down through to a new item that I won off of eBay, the Mountain Tunnel. And back at the Steamworks, this switch, come to Great Waterton Station through underneath the tunnel. So, and then it will keep going to where Donald lies, to a three-way switch, another new item. But Ferdinand's line will go through to where Flynn is. And where Flynn is, another three-way switch. The line in the middle goes where the other three-way switch is, where Mavis is. Just keep going through. Flora's line will go to a T-switch where Salty is and the airport. And it'll come around to where the windmill is. Up over the mountain tunnel. And we'll get back to where Rosie is later. Let's keep going this way. So yes, here is Salty, not at the docks. It's pulling good load of books, which is the Percy and the Pop-Up books. Maybe I think it was released in 2010. Very nice item though. But this track will come around through the Mountain Quarry Tunnel, through to the switch. If you go this way, here's Spencer and Winston. Winston's in a siding with your top of hat. Spencer's goes back to the three-way switch. Now the switch will go through to the quarry. And if you go through the quarry, you'll go to the three-way switch where Douglas lies. And then this track right here will go underneath the tunnel, the Mountain Supply Run set, and go over here to this crossover. Now here's Rosie over here, and here's Paxton. Rosie line comes from over here where the mountain tunnel was, and Paxton's line will go up over an arch bridge to the Ellsbridge station, over a pretty large bridge with Percy pulling the mail, comes down where Diesel 10 is, around and into the docks, which we'll get to later. Let's go back to where Rosie's goes. It will go through here underneath this mountain tunnel sign thing, and it will keep going to where Butch is, along the line to a switch. This switch line goes to where Hero is, Now the line will go around to an empty line. This empty line will go around to where James is pulling a Knapford station, Knapford Express coach. Come around through the Pirate Bay, the Pirate Cove's bridge. Go through to the coal loader to a switch with Bash, which we'll go to later with the narrow gauge railway. And Bash's line right here just goes to a shed. We have Molly, Sydney, Dan, and Dart. But their line will wrap around through the Pirate Cove's tunnel to a siding where Connor is. This line will come through to the docks. And this line will just come through where Stafford is, over the Pirate Cove Bridge. And this line curves back again, which we already covered, Diesel 10. But this line will keep going where Henry is pulling old slow coach to a 4-way switch. This line goes to where I have 2 special engine sheds. Here's Harvey, there's Diesel, and if you go through, there's Toby pulling Henrietta, going through the Knapford covered bridge to a switch. Back here's where Ari and Bert are. They'll come around with a couple of fuel tankers, go through the Farmer McCall's pig shed and into the sheds. Now here, we come straight where Oliver is pulling Toad in a train. Also where Steven is. The line that Steven's not on will come into the sheds. Now the line Oliver's on will go up over the narrow gauge railway and under the narrow gauge railway to where Charlie is into the docks. Now the narrow gauge railway is really small, but it doesn't matter, they'll be in a couple episodes. So here at the sheds there's Freddy, Scarloia, and Rusty. Most of my characters on the narrow gauge railway are the 2012 models from Tomy, and then there's some 2008, and it's about 1 or 2 from, there's 2, from 2013. So here's Reneus, Peter Sam, which comes to the 8-inch turntable where Mighty Mac are. And that will come through to where Duncan is. And it'll come up the quarry around and down to where Luke is. And there's their handle, which comes to a V-switch. It goes through the standard gauge railway to a Blue Mountain Quarry crane. Go through to the quarry loader, as I like to call it. It'll come to a switch. If you keep going where Haverhill was, it'll go underneath the bridge back to where Mighty Mac are, the 8-inch turntable. But if you go this way, it will go up the bridge back to the quarry. Then the line that Sir Handel's on come through to a switch where these 3 trucks are here. We'll be switching from narrow gauge to standard gauge trucks, because it's 2 gray troublesome trucks and a regular rocking troublesome truck, just a regular truck. But this just keep going around and through where Jack is, underneath a tunnel where Millie's is, go through, around, and back to the 8-inch turntable. So yes, the narrow gauge railway is pretty small, but it will have to do. Now, if we go back to where we are with Steven and Oliver, Steven's line will go through the level crossover. Here's Birdie. It'll keep going around to another quarry mine tunnel and just keep going to this switch. Now, if you go in, it will bring you to Brendam Docks, to where Porter is, and Cranky. Porter's a new addition to the railway, so yes, just keep that in mind. And this line will just keep going through to a water tower and to where Doc is, which we'll get to in a second. But this line will go through to the wrecked pirate ship bridge, come up around to the suspension bridge where Caitlin is, go down around to where Captain Shez lies, and what I like to call the Search and Rescue Center, to a switch where Duck lies pulling Andy and Clarabelle, as Thomas is doing another job. Here's Harold's helipad, and Duck's line will just continue going through to Knapford Station where the V switch is, which goes from Gordon and Hero's line. So, I think that covers everything. It's a pretty big layout. I do like it. And just keep a lookout, because this will be Season 2. And all those new characters, and there will be more characters on the way. And so, thanks for watching, everybody. Stay tuned for some more videos, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.